Well, hey guys, welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. What an awesome Wednesday this was. A great episode of Mandalorian. Just put a review out for that. Go check it out. And then a fantastic episode of The Bad Batch. What can you say? I'm sorry, I'm sick. I got my Mandalorian tea here. What can you say, guys? What can you say but just be thankful for this episode, for this show, The Bad Batch? This season has had, I think, more up and downs, maybe less hype than season one did. But there have been some of the best episodes of animated Star Wars throughout the season. And the last 2 weeks in particular have just been home runs. And guys, this episode is called Outpost. There's going to be spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched it yet, I'm begging you, go check it out before you watch this. It is so emotional, so impactful. You just got to experience it. We get another Crosshair emotional episode, similar to episode 3, and it's just phenomenal. Look, you guys know me. I love to praise the visuals here. They're phenomenal. Nothing's changed. The score is tremendous in this episode. Very similar to episode 3, a more somber Crosshair-focused episode. They just absolutely use it to just perfect command. They absolutely control your emotions. They're doing great storytelling with it, and from a technical perspective, this whole show is absolutely phenomenal. Just incredible. But today's episode, I'd heard some of the cast, others talking about how excited they were for this episode, and I didn't really know what to expect. I was thinking maybe there'd be some fun returning characters, maybe some big callback to the Clone Wars. What this episode was just a somber episode showing Crosshair's further kind of journey, and maybe finally, maybe he eventually comes to some sort of turning point, although it seems like that might be denied from him now that he's in the hands of the Empire again, who I think is going to use some sort of chip or some experimentation on him, and he might be sent to do more of the Empire's bidding as opposed to actually making the turn. But we see just a brutal episode where new commanders come into place. He's using Crosshair to help him go to some outposts they have to understand, why their packages keep being raided by these raiders. We get there. There's Clone Commander Mayday, who's just losing soldiers left and right. He's been asking for help forever. He's had 36 cycles he's been there. He's covered in bandages and wraps. Their armor's depleted. Like, all their forces are dying, and they don't even know what they're protecting. They've been out there all this time. They don't even know what they're protecting. And some get stolen. Only Crosshair and Mayday are there. And the commander's like, get out there, go find him. Lieutenant, he's like, go out there, find him. They go suffer just a brutal winter storm. Try to recover the boxes. They fail. They have to crawl all the way back. Freezing to death. Broken armor. They find in the boxes is actually Stormtrooper armor. So they've been guarding their replacement's armor the whole time, unable to use it. Their equipment's been breaking down. They've got no help. And all they're doing is sitting there dying, trying to hold on to some gear for their replacements, which is just terribly morbid. They crawl all the way back, and Mayday dies at the end. He can't go on. They don't care. They're like, yeah, you're a clone. Whatever. That's your purpose. And Crosshair finally snaps and just roasts the lieutenant. It's like, hey, lieutenant, boom, takes him out. And it was Crosshair's breaking point. He finally snapped from the abuse, from just following orders. He couldn't do it anymore. And they did something I didn't think was going to be possible, which was this season, Crosshair has become completely a sympathetic character. When last season he was like so miserable, and you're like, oh, I can't believe how terrible you're being. This season, seeing what he's had to go through in these 2 episodes, he is absolutely, to me, a tragic character at this point. And now I'm hoping for him. I'm pulling for him to get some sort of closure here. This show is mature. This episode is adult. It's an animated show, but these concepts, these themes are aimed at an older audience as well. And one thing I said it last week, I've said it several times, I'm worried that Mandalorian is going to overshadow what's happening here on The Bad Batch. And that's a shame if it does, because this is just as good as anything Star Wars you've seen. This is up there with Mandalorian in storytelling quality. In fact, sometimes it's better. And I think because of the animation, and it's more of a niche audience, that a lot of casual fans are missing some of the best Star Wars storytelling. Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, Visions, animated Star Wars is a staple. I don't need to repeat myself you guys are probably tired of me saying it. But I really hope people are experiencing this, because episodes like this are why it's great. Powerful, emotional, and I don't know what to say better than that. It was fantastic. Credit to everyone behind this. You continue to make me feel for these characters. You continue to drive home the challenges of war, the challenges of this time in Star Wars, and tip of the cap. It's phenomenal work. What did you guys think about this episode? Are you watching still? I know this season hasn't seemed to get as much hype, but for me, it's been really, really great. It's delivered several times, just some fantastic episodes. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you stay tuned into the channel. We're going to be talking about all things Star Wars throughout the rest of these shows. I'm excited for it. Thanks, guys. See you again very soon.